Here's how to file taxes for free on TurboTax. I left a link in the description where you can get started, and if you do end up having to pay anything for your tax filing, which about 60% of people do, you get 20% off of your filing, and also it helps support this channel. Now, once you get started with that and you start your account, you're going to land on this page. So this is the beginning of filing taxes for free on TurboTax, and basically it's going to guide you through step by step. However, there's a little trick to get started for free. That's to not checkmark any of these questions here. It says, do any of these situations apply to you? You can skip all this because all of that gets taken care of later. And what TurboTax is really trying to do is recommend a TurboTax product for you. If you want to start for free, don't checkmark anything and hit continue. And then on this one, say you're comfortable doing your own taxes. So I'm comfortable on my own. You can always change this later if you want extra help. So hit continue again, and now TurboTax is going to recommend and say, hey, you can file taxes for free under the simple, basic, do-it-yourself plan here. Now you can also choose expert assistance, etc., and you don't really need that. You can actually just get started for free, and if you ever have any trouble, you can always upgrade later. But it's a lot harder to downgrade to free if you don't do it this way. So it says here 37% of taxpayers qualify. So you might qualify, especially if you have just the simple Form 1040, and that also includes state, or it should include state for free as well, but it just depends. It's all about whether your tax situation qualifies to file for free, but that's the same for any way that you're going to be filing your taxes. So you can start for $0. And now you'll actually answer the questions. So whether or not you filed taxes last year, somebody filed for you, if you used a different TurboTax product like TurboTax Desktop, or if you filed your own taxes. In my case, I'd be clicking I filed my own taxes, and that would be that I actually prepared them online using TurboTax last year. So I hit continue, and then it's going to guide you step by step. So TurboTax does a great job. I've used TurboTax for, gosh, it's been more than 10 years now. And basically, you have this tax home area. You're going to see your progress here in the upper left. You're going to see the price. So if you're concerned about filing for free, you can always click on price preview. And right now, you'll be able to see that your product that you're using is free. It's $0. So right now, it's going to be $0 to file your taxes. So then it takes you through step by step how to get started. Now, it might have some different ways for you to link forms, like your W-2 might be able to be linked, or you can link with ADP and get your different forms in here. Well, you don't have to do that. If you have things that were mailed to you, you can input all the data by yourself. That's no problem either. And I can say not now to that, and then I can say continue filing. Now on the left-hand side, you're going to see this step-by-step process. So your 2025 taxes are here. That's for the 2025, 2026 kind of tax season. We got my info. That's where it's going to start, filling out your own info. And then you have your federal taxes, your state taxes. You review everything, and then you file them. And you can e-file right here within TurboTax. And it will also notify you when you get your refund and how the process is going, whether it's been accepted by the IRS or your state, etc., and if it's been being processed. Down here in the lower left, you have your Intuit account. So if you signed up, then you have an Intuit account which owns TurboTax. So you can edit any account details there. And you can also switch products. So if you ever want to upgrade or start over, you can do that here as well. Upgrading basically means there's a deluxe and a premium edition. I wouldn't worry about that right now. I would just go through all of your taxes, and if you encounter something like, let's say you earned some self-employment income, then it's going to prompt you to say, hey, in order to file these extra forms, you'll have to upgrade to XYZ product. And that's where that 20% off comes in with the link in the description. So yeah, you just fill out your personal info, and then you're going to go through this, fill out everything, hit continue. TurboTax will take you through, like I said, step by step. You've got federal, you can click through. You're going to go through wages and income. You're going to go through your deductions, other tax situations, then it will review it and then move on to state. And you probably can't start state until you enter in your info of like what state you're in. Potentially it'll take you back to like your info and say, hey, you got to enter in your state, so we know which state forms to pull in. But that's how you file your taxes here on TurboTax. And you know, everyone's tax situation is going to be different. Everyone's answers to every question is going to be different, but TurboTax does ask you every question that it needs to know for filing your taxes. It's going to ask you if you're filing single, married. It's going to take you through all these different steps of whether or not certain things apply to you. Do you own a home? Are you renting? Do you pay property taxes? You know, all these different things. And there's a lot of stuff you might not know, but TurboTax makes it really easy. You go through there, and maybe if you have a simple return, that's how you can file your taxes for free on TurboTax.